Hello, everybody. This is Living Word of Darkness to Changing and Dreaming. Uh, the venue of Changing and Dreaming venue. Today we have a scene at the one of the coffee shops in Manhattan, where William is waiting for Alice. Actually, it's been a long time since they made this one of these meetings until they had a fallout. But our scene will begin as William is waiting in one of the private parts in this coffee shop.
Alice will come in. She's currently dressed for school, so she has on, you know, a knee-length skirt, a nice spaghetti strap top, and her purse over one shoulder. She spies William in the corner and gives him a slight wave and comes over, takes a seat. William,
How's it going?
it's going. I mean, considering everything that is happening right now.
The last time we saw each other, you were not cool, so are you alright now?
Yes and no. I mean, there's still a lot to work out, and there's a lot to do.
A lot to do?
To make things right.
I heard your Baronies, as he says with this hushed whisper, are getting closer. You didn't knew that?
No, I knew. I'm looking for words because she kind of looks around the room, public. Um, yes, our two households are getting pretty close.
Two or three?
I think technically two right now. I'm not sure what's happening with some of the other areas. I mean, I heard that, you know, ever since the death in the family, there's been a little bit of turmoil, over in Queens.
Yeah. It seems the Mariposa is now going to be the leader of the Queens.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fucking Leonis. Now he is the count. He is the bro of the. He's the top. He's the house cat of the New York now. You didn't knew?
No, I knew that. It just how long anyone stays in those positions is questionable.
Yeah, you better stay out of my way. He kind of says with a smile. He probably says the same anyway about
Well,
me.
I don't think he's going to go out of his way to speak with you or cross paths. I mean,
Have you even met this guy before? He's a douche.
I try to avoid him
Why?
because no point in having someone even higher up looking into what's happening in our particular household. I mean, we're trying to clean it ourselves and get things back in order.
Hmm. Yeah, sorry for getting Amber to my side.
No, that's perfectly all right. I mean, it's not even about sides. It's just we're looking for all the hands we can get to help. things are a little rough because of the you know who's.
There's only one night in like whole place now.
Technically, yes. I mean, we're looking for some good talent and hoping to maybe promote some. Maybe
Instead of
I,
bribing people with the freehold, you can actually try to do something which is extremely clever, and in my opinion at least, and something that will help you and the people to believe that things are working exactly like each other, like exactly how it should work. You can have an election and get a council members for Manhattan.
it is something that's come up. There is, there are some problems with that.
Yeah, I don't think people wants to share their powers, right?
No, I mean, safety, places. I put the idea forward, but we're going to have to wait until she looks around again, till the ranters are dealt with. Because no one apparently wants to meet in any location in Manhattan in a large group until they're dealt with.
Yeah,
So,
that's a problem. You're right. That needs to be handled.
yeah, I mean, so again, no one feels safe enough to go out. So even if we did make an all call, no one would show up. No one would take a position. And so it's why I even had to put the freehold idea on hold because I was hoping that that could be a center for it, something, but we
What
don't
is
have enough nights to even begin trying to secure it.
what can be given can be taken away. All the people knows it now because of certain things that happened in the past. So people won't be extremely happy if you just give them something. Did you ask them what they need?
Well, the consensus is people want a freehold.
You asked them. I never heard that you asked them. Like if you ask, there's a difference between asking nobles and asking the people themselves.
Well, the few commoners I've spoke with, beyond that, well, finding people to speak to has been really hard.
Hmm. I understand. I understand. You don't need to get frustrated because I am kind of individual who makes people frustrated, but you don't need to. I
It's
understand.
ironic. The biggest reason is because they're not even here. Most of them are moving.
Moving where?
She looks at you quizzically. To
Who?
your barony or free state.
It is a democratic state, not a free state. We are not free. We are belong. We are in the county. The it is called is like says in hush tone democratic state of Brooklyn.
It's the closest thing we have to a free state at this point.
Actually, there is a duchy who much bigger than our place. It's in Connecticut. It is ruled by a common council.
Still, New York is in Connecticut, so
It is.
you're the best we got.
You're right. The and it's not me. I am not connected to Brooklyn or the ruling body of Brooklyn. I am just a commoner in Brooklyn.
Right. But
It's
it's as much your place as anyone else's. I mean,
yeah. There's two reasons I actually wanted to meet with you. You were kind of fucked up at the situation. What she said was not nice. It wasn't your fucking fault that, people attacked. I still think you shouldn't have left, but still, that's not going to change anything. What happened has happened. The reason I'm pissed at you is not because you left the wedding, it's because you want to join a house. But we don't need to talk about it if you don't want to, and we can keep it professional if you wish to.
At this point, there really isn't anything to talk about. I mean, I'm not a member of a house. I'm still doing what I need to do.
Why you're not joining a house? You said you want to, and you were going to. What happened now?
Sebastian and I talked it over. There's other things that I can and will be doing. And
I
since we
don't.
have a dearth of knights, I mean, one of the things I plan on doing is getting my hands dirty. Not something members of houses are known to do.
House. Houses always gets dirty. It's just they don't get caught. Or when they get caught, they deny their actions. But whatever, it's not the issue. The I'm poisoned. There's a poison that is lingering in me.
Amber had mentioned something about that. It was
It's
kind of offhand. She was asking about um magical poisons and anything I knew about them.
God damn it, Amber.
She didn't mention you. I just
Don't tell
I
this to anybody. I
I,
will
I don't I
explain.
won't.
Go on, you were going to say something. Say
Oh,
it.
I was going to just say that there's nothing to say. I mean, if you're not poisoned.
So, hunters are using this type of poison that's like makes you lose your shit. Like when I say lose your shit, you just become like more. It becomes harder for you to do things.
Is it like going into the dreaming for a very long period of time?
No, it's like you want to raise your sword and you even can't, and it's very hard for you to do things.
Oh, so
Basically, like proper
weakening?
poison. Yes, but at the same time, it's killing you slowly. And if
Well,
you,
I have two solutions for that.
before we got into solutions, let me explain. It also, if you get contact with this thing again, it just, overrides. And now, if I get poisoned again, it's gonna just make me very bad. And I need your help because of that. I can't find, I don't have libraries. I don't have a lot of things to check. And even if I go to libraries in Tarnar, people will ask for, an individual to stay with me, and they may just see what I do and then poison me. So I need your help. I need you to cure me. I know you can't do that with pyretics, as you said in the.
Um, there are two ways. One, I cure the poison. Two, I try to fix whatever they did to you. Unfortunately, I'm not a spring maiden, so the only way I can uh, undo any physical damage would be to burn you alive. So That is in a very extreme solution. If
Maybe
you
you're
want just,
extreme individuals.
sorry,
You're extreme individuals.
we are. Um, Option one though is I just remove whatever poison's in your system,
How
and
do you do
boom.
that?
Um, I burn it.
It's gonna hurt, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily hurt, but it tends to help.
I need to get help. We can go to my we can go to Brooklyn near my Motley's place where you can purify me.
All right.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that we should talk about in public.
No, so there's something you want to talk about.
Well, yes, but
Okay, let's go to my our place.
all right. I take it you brought your motorcycle.
I did.
I think it'll be faster than if I took the subway pass.
It will be. William gets up, and if you want, we can basically say like they appear in the. They like basically go to the freehold of the free hair.
That works.
Okay. And they appear there and like William like pulls some chair. It's a pretty big freehold, by the way. It's like size 5. It's the biggest Tarnar. Like it's not freehold 5, but it's like it is a big, huge size place.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've gotten the description of it from uh wow.
Carol.
I was gonna say I was about to say Misha because I always I always go to the character names. But yeah, Misha showed uh Alice a little bit of it.
Yeah, like there is like it's close to the ocean. There's like cathedral which actually leads into theater. There's like it's imagine like it's a town inside of a like high walls, and you basically when you enter, you appear in front of the walls. There's like tin walking area towards inside the walls, and like you see the Williams like remember the Fort Smotley's banners are there,
Mhm.
and yeah, like they enter, and William like brings her to the training ground where like they can talk or they can say like we can go to the living room living place space if you want to.
She'll be walking with her hands behind her back, kind of looking up at the ceiling and the tops of the walls.
Yo, so what you want to talk about me?
The ranters.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
We need a coordinated effort to defeat the ranters. And I don't mean coordinated just amongst the commoners or the nobles. I mean multiple baronies coming together and doing something about this.
Why?
People are afraid.
The
And a visible show of unity, force, and togetherness. I think that will help some people sleep a little better at night.
I don't want to give any credit to those who actually didn't do anything when the renters were a real problem and we were telling them what to do and they weren't doing anything.
I don't care who gets the credit. All I care about is making sure people aren't staying awake at night, trembling in
The
fear.
We don't know how many renters are there. We
We
killed the
don't,
bulk of them, and that's why I'm sending a scouting team to learn about those people.
which makes sense. But I think a visible show would do something for morale at the very least.
I don't like this count. He's an asshole. He's a piece of shit who tried to fuck with me twice. He knows who I am. I know who he is, but I don't know a lot about him. But he knows a lot about me.
Well, you are kind of famous.
And he is going to use everything in his hand to make sure that he, like acts like he protects the commoners. And I quote unquote acts like. Maybe he does for real, but he's a piece of shit house member. If he was truly cared about commoners, he wouldn't join a house.
He is a very I guess it's weird to say this about one of our kind, but he's a bit much.
We don't need a fucking warlord in this place. Just because they think that I'm a threat and I'm trying to get everybody to do something stupid doesn't mean that we need a warlord. It doesn't actually mean that he will bring unity. He manipulated other barons to accept him as a count because they think that I was trying to create divisiveness, while it was me who was defending togetherness to one of the barons who was trying to become a count. There isn't a difference about nobles and commoners. It's a social difference. We are all changelings. Everybody knows that. Just because one part of them thinks that they should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want without any consequences, that's their fucking problem and their idiocy. But that doesn't mean they're not our people. They're still our people. They should realize the errors of their ways. This kind of baron who is being extremely posh and I do whatever I fucking do and I am the man is not gonna help anybody here. Other than renters, we're gonna have problems, but we prove time and time again we can solve those problems all by ourselves. We don't need his royal guard for anything. We need someone who's fair. And someone who's fair went to the sadly she went to the Queen's thinking that nobody supports her. And that's partly my fault, but well, shit happens.
I I know that you don't like the count. I'm I guess the nicest thing I can say is I'm very wary of him.
You
But I
should be
think this is
go
I
on,
think
sorry.
this is so big. We're dealing with we can worry about what he's going to do after we deal with the ranters. I'm just I don't think we I'm taking it one thing at a time. Start with the ranters, and if he gets all the credit for it, whatever. And then he starts abusing his authority or something, then bad things happen to people and they're removed from power.
Yeah. What's going to happen when you tell your husband to, stop the commoners who are rebelling against him? He is an autofield. He has to obey him. What's going to happen when your husband tells you, I can't do anything? I need to suppress William Black. What's going to happen? They tell your husband to kill Misha, the councilwoman who leads a rebellion with William Black, or Amber, Hall, Shea.
I already know the answer
We
to that one.
we have been dealing with this problem, and we can deal with this problem. We don't need Leon's guards, or we don't need Barony guards. We started this, you, me, others, 9 people in this. 9 commoners came together and tried to fix this stuff because we were bored with fucking nobles who weren't doing anything. We didn't need them then. We don't need them now. And show off holding hands together is not going to help anybody because it's a lie. We don't hold hands together. Everybody hates each other. People hate me. I hate Leon. Leon probably hates, somebody. Misha hates some noble. You hate some noble who looks at you weird because you're a commoner married with a baron. If everybody knows, we don't need to fake it. We have started this, you and me. You're talking about this, met in your campus, talk about things. It was you and me who actually started this. And now why we need nobles? Oh, because unity is important. Yes, unity is important, but they're the ones who fucked that unity when nobody supported us except you against Isidore, a common problem. Where was their unity then? Where was their unity when ranchers were going around killing everybody? I'm
I
sorry,
agree, but
I am
that's
not.
the long term.
I'm not believing them anymore. I'm
It's
not. I don't want people to think that they did something good because people should know that they fucked up. It's not just Isidore who fucked up. Your mother-in-law fucked up.
and you can point that out as soon as we're done with the ranters.
That
We
can
have
be.
to deal with each threat as they come at us.
And we don't know how many are they. We don't even know we need them.
It's not about needing their forces, it's about putting forward a unified front. It's about
It's a lie. Why we should lie to people? Like, like why we should be like High King David, who told people like, I'm gonna be different. Create the Parliament of Dreams to make decisions. No, only to help me, and I can just say do whatever the fuck I want. And everybody loved him for his big lie. Like I want to solve ranchers. I may need these guys. I may need your Sebastian's men, and Sebastian may need my men. And we will see when we come there. You can put this idea forward. I'm not a tyrant. I just say no. But it doesn't mean Misha, Charles, Amber, you won't say no. You guys can say yes and say, renters are everyone's problem, which I agree, it's everyone's problem. I just don't want people to just gain credit for what our work for so long. People should know that their barons were sitting on their ass doing nothing when people were getting shot in the streets.
again, William, I'm saying in the long term, you're right. And that's something that we should put to light.
But in the short term, you're making the long term impossible.
I'm making it more difficult. I'm not making it impossible.
The You need to understand that the pulse of individuals is so easy to leave. Do you know why Leon put like 10 draws and $1,000 for anybody who gives him information regarding ranchers. Just think why.
It's simple. It makes him look like a good guy because he's giving out so much stuff, and people are inherently greedy.
Yeah. Secondly, he told people I got attacked. He tried to break the illusion of William Black.
Hmm.
So you want to give this
And
guy an ability, a chance to seemingly lead forces to kill renters? I don't want to be led by that guy. I don't want to led by some fucking idiotic, egoistical piece of shit who just tries to fuck with me and tries to put things that I do into the dirt because he just thinks he's the man and he can do anything he wants. Maybe he's a good leader. Maybe he people likes him for a time and he says, like some people told me that he helped them. But there were some tyrants who helped people as well. He kind of shrugs. This is my opinion. We don't know we need this help. We need to check them first. The renters
it,
are burned 50 people the last I left them.
it's not about needing the help. It'll never be about needing the help. Look, all I'm talking is politics. I know you don't like them.
No, I like politics.
You like speeches. You like change.
No, you need to understand anything you do is politics. Anything everyone does is politics. Me sitting in this freehold that calls us a freehold of free hair, sitting with a baroness is politics. You going home telling your husband how much you love him is politics. Because politics is the air you breathe. It's not about speech, it's not about change. Politics is everything in your life. And it can be affected by anything in your life as well, or everything in your life. One can say, I'm just going to live outside of this county and fuck politics. I don't want to deal with this. That's a political stance. Everything is politics. You need to keep that in mind because I'm William Black and you are Baroness.
I'm going to disagree.
You're allowed to be wrong. He kind of smiles when he says that.
Well, Mr. Black, considering my education in politics, I'll say I believe that politics do encompass a lot, but I believe what mostly you're talking about is ideology. Everything's influenced by our ideology, our beliefs. I believe that our ideological paradigms are always in play, but politics, no. Not everything is about politics. Not everything is about winners and losers, zero sum. Or if you're into the neoliberal belief system, I would say it's not all about um, necessarily relationships involving community and diplomacy either. Not everything's politics. She's smiling at that.
Everybody has different ideas and about what they have, and I will keep this in mind regarding your offer and keeping everybody united and everybody acting like, yeah, we did good stuff. When do we get to return to bully some commoners?
Just remember, it's just a suggestion, and it would just be temporary.
No, it is a good suggestion. Don't get me wrong. It is a good suggestion, and I was saying that we are all changelings and we should work together. But at the same time, there are assholes who thinks protest is just act of terrorism, and then they put a warlord in charge of us. So like, I let me tell you why I didn't work out with Mariposa. The second I saw Leon, I said, "Fuck this guy. This is a piece of shit." Yeah, he is kind of cool, and he protects commoners, and he scares other nobles because he likes to act like he's the man, and commoners likes this crazy guy who beats nobles. I met Mariposa and I said, I want along with the county. If you give me that, I will work for you in the tournament. I made the same offer to the Leon, and Leon said, I don't need no useless middleman. Mariposa accepted the deal, but she brought some terms and said, I can't do this for baronies, but I can do it for the county. And I said, okay. But then she said she has other thing to add. I said, what? And she said she wants representation of houses in the council. She said that she's a proud member of House Liam, and she thinks the houses are still a culture in changing society and they should be represented. I said, fuck that. I said that the houses are maybe a culture for some individuals, but this council is about leaders who are being chosen to work, not about people being represented by some nobles who they've never seen in their life. They were getting free, again, free seats in councils. And I said, no, hell no. So I didn't work for Mariposa as well. That's why I started to protest the tournament, because tournament wasn't proving anything. Me being in the tournament was actually going to prove something because I was going to make a speech about it and tell why I'm there. I ask around and nobody seems to fight for Mariposa because everybody thought Leon was the commoner guy.
He does have that reputation.
Yeah, it's a stupid reputation. No, but nobody's a fucking commoner guy if you join a fucking house. The priorities is your house, not your commoners. When you join a house, you serve loyalty to your house, not to your people, unlike the council members in Brooklyn. When I created that system, I made sure where people's loyalties lies in their people, not in political houses. So what I'm trying to say is, our situation is already fucked up. They have been fucking up for a long time, and nobody was asking them questions about this. It wasn't just Isidore; it was everybody. And I disagree that we should actually invite them to show them like they're saviors. They should come to us. They should beg for us, beg to us, and say, please, let me join you. I fucked up as a leader. Let me prove myself to you. Let him give me this chance. Let's work together and prove our people. If we are working together, why do you work for them? Why you make them lie to their people? Why you make me lie to people that I work? An illusion isn't going to help anybody. The fact is going to help people. Illusion is just going to make people happy for a time, and then the same noble who fought with us is going to have a bar fight with a commoner. And the commoner is going to get thrown into fucking jail for a week because, that guy was a noble.
It could happen. Coalitions fall apart. People betray one another. I mean, I have I have no illusions that in the end things are going to what's that phrase? Uh, go wrong. It's
Things can go wrong. They already went when I made my protest speech. Leon just claimed the power. I couldn't see that coming.
well, you can't be expected to see everything coming. No one can.
I should have.
Says who? And if you say yourself,
No. Says commoners I held in my arms, dying in their last breaths, whispering, choking for their loved ones. Says their looks before they die. Says those slaves I try to save from slave camps. I should have seen this coming.
you think they blame you.
It's not about blaming anybody. It's about me making a mistake. I should have thought about my decisions better and not underestimate others. How are you and Sebastian?
Oh, we're doing great. Plans, wheels, trying to make things better in Manhattan. Hunting ranters in my case.
That girl, you can use her for a trap.
Are we going to get access to her again?
Charles can. We can't, but I'm going to talk with Charles in the Sunday. The problem is if we go to her, we'll have to include fucking Leon. And I don't want that, so we need to decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. And I need to invite everybody to a big meeting. When I say big meeting, it's just going to be me texting certain individuals to meet here or somewhere else or my home and basically be like, yeah, how about we, plan this out before we go YOLO. There are ways to do these things, and maybe we can do some good stuff regarding ranchers. We had a prophecy about basically if you had a sword, flail, and a wand, the raid against the ranchers will be successful. We have a wand, flail, and a sword. We got them from the
We do
dreaming.
indeed.
You got the flail now?
Not on me. I mean,
Yeah, you have it at home.
she smirks at that. I should probably start carrying the sword more often, but
You know what a flail is?
It is a really heavy weapon.
No, 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 no. You know what flail means?
To swing wildly.
The weapon choice of commoners who rebelled against their owners in castles. They didn't have swords or armors. They had flails.
Oh, it's kind of like the comma.
Yes. Use it
I'm.
wisely.
eh, Oh, I plan on it. That's why I don't carry it all the time.
It's an agricultural made from agricultural tool, so it is like it's the weapon of the commoners, farmers. Keep that
It's.
in mind. You may represent more things with that flail in your barony.
I'm gonna be honest. Western history of weapons is really weird.
It is.
Every
The
time I read about it in class, I have no idea how to like put this all together.
Your flail is more like a nunchuk than a kama, but like you're completely right. The Western stuff is crazy.
So that brings us back to one last thing.
What's up?
Do you want me to cure you now?
Um, OOC. Um, I think like you need to talk with Carol about that. Like how many successes and the difficulty,
Mm, mm.
because like the bunk you're gonna do and stuff like that. So if you want, like we can end the scene here and invite Carol to an OOC if she's free.
Yeah, I can hit her up. Let's see.
Let me actually check if she's around.
Which there we go. Carol
I
Sucker
PM'd
Punch.
her. Her name is amazing. Sucker Punch.
Yeah. It's so easy to get your name changed in the US too. If she really wanted to make that a name.
To be honest, I think she should. She is coming.
Hmm. As a strange aside, one of these days I'm going to play a character with politics for, so I can actually role play the level of politics I have.
I kind of want to play a Autumn She if William dies, or a Knocker.
No, you should do a knocker because we don't have any now.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like want to play a different, like different political character, like not a radical like William, but a moderate like the other. And welcome, Carol.
Hello. What do you
Hello.
need from me?
We need only your STing powers.
Said we apologize, but we only need your set. We don't need you. We only need your SD powers.
Oh, well, as long as it's nothing important.
And now that you've stepped into the circle that we lured you into, steal her powers!
Ah! Lock her down!
Please do. Please do. I dare you.
Alice,
No, our
wants
characters got turned into chickens. How is this possible?
Alice wishes to cure William.
hmm
So like we talked about this before. Like you said like he can reach me, but I invited you when you arrived. So like what do we need to do for curing? Like what how many successes or what's the difficulty and stuff?
It's a pyretic spunk, I believe. Do you have the thing open? Do you want me to pull it up? I can pull it up if you like.
I have it open. So I'd be using Purify, which is level 3. And what I have to target with is going to be based on what I'm trying to cure. So if I'm trying to cure a person, I need actor. If I'm trying to cure a changeling, which I still think technically is a person, but that's in a more
it was a chimerical poison, and it is William's Fey side that gets affected by it, so it will be the Fey realm.
Ah, okay, so it's going to be the Fey realm on this one. Well, fortunately, I have that. A lot of that.
I have Fey 4. With William.
Yeah, I have hit my Fey level. Let's see, and I have Nightmare 6 because really the section I wrote is blank because I still can't make my Nightmare tracker work the way I want it to. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back into the editing for that again. Or I'm going to set fire to the internet. So one of the two things will happen. But let's see. I have Nightmare 6. So 6 of my dice are going to get converted to Nightmare dice. I will roll them first. Do I need to spin the glamour? Because I'm in a freehold right now. So I thought those are glamour free, right?
I don't think they're. I don't know if they're glamour free, but for the owners of the freehold, it's a reduced difficulty. You're not an owner of the freehold. So,
right.
Yeah.
I don't want to like say hey, I read this in the book, but I think, Carol, it is like if you are near a if you're cast cantrip in a freehold, it's like minus 1. Like it's about like being in the freehold, not about owning a freehold. Like it's like it literally says
in a freehold. I can believe. I'll believe you. You don't.
Cantrip cast in a freehold -1. That's what it says.
Okay, awesome. Then yes, -1 from that. Do you want to do a bunk to lower it further?
Yes. So what she's going to do, I promise this will only hurt a little bit. But you're going to have to eat something.
Eat your fist. No, kidding. Go ahead.
No, she is going to cook him a meal with her lack of cooking skills.
Jesus, yes.
She is throwing it all together. This just... if you want, I'll roll, but it's it's going to be okay.
The way she said yes.
Okay.
This is how vegan turducken happens.
So she's gone into the kitchen at the Freehold of Paul, and she is putting together what she thinks will be a delicious meal.
Let's see how dumb she is.
What would you what would you say the dice pool should be?
It is your dex or intelligence, whichever one you want to go with. I guess because you're not really crafting something, whatever, it would be intelligence.
Okay.
And it's going to be diff 7. Like if it's a basic meal. If you're going for like a full course meal, it's diff 8.
She is making him a wonderful, what would be considered a full meal in Japan. She's making him udon noodles.
Like from scratch?
From as what she considers to be scratch. She's trying to do this from memory because cooking can be used as a bunk for pyretics.
I love it. We're going to go with diff 8 just because that involves also making a broth. And without the crafting, she doesn't know that that's a very slow endeavor.
Yep. So let's see how bad this is going to taste.
Please, please.
Botch! What would you say the difficulty reduction, though, for the bunk is? Because he's about to get a botched noodle bowl.
If he eats it, we will say the difficulty reduction is 3 on top of the one that's already missing from the freehold. So you can, that's a total -4.
Okay. She comes out holding a steaming-ish pile of soup. She didn't realize you have to actually let it simmer at all. And the noodles are, well, al dente would be polite. They're thick pieces of dough at this point, with meat that could be mooing because we are indeed in a freehold.
William just looks at the meal and like looks at it and like he kind of likes Chinese because of Misha. So like he like doesn't see like he just thinks like yeah she cooked for me yay, and then like he takes the food and eats it. So Carol, what happens?
All right. Roll your stamina difficulty 9.
Thank you. Let's set the scene. Okay. I got a success! Yes!
Just because you get a success doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. William kind of like looks at Alice, like his eyes kind of gets like red. he's looking at Alice.
Alice is looking very proud, and then she says, "You have to eat all of it because if you eat all of it, you'll get better."
Roll again.
I will botch.
I know.
I failed.
Wait, do one take away on stamina rolls?
No, we're not taking away. Oh, yeah, it does.
It does.
One.
I know what it does, guys. In Howling Winds, it doesn't, but I know what it does.
So yeah, you were beginning to feel incredibly nauseous, but you're about halfway done with the bowl of soup.
So, do I need to roll again now?
Indeed.
And I botched.
You vomit so hard, but the cantrip seems to be starting. So
all right,
just vomiting up all of that allergy to chimerical poison. So much vomit.
So I'm going to roll my nightmare dice first.
Okay.
Wee, more nightmare.
But at least it means it's successful.
And now I'm rolling the non-nightmare dice.
There are like 4 successes there, by the way.
That's amazing.
Whoa, you have... Wait, how many dice? You have 5 Fae? Wow.
Yes, I got 5 Fae. So I wanted her to be fighting chimerical beasts on a monster of the week basis.
No, it's crazy.
This is amazing. So as she casts this miraculous, just like glorious pyretics bunk, you feel like that soup burn the toxin out of you. That allergy disappears, and you just hurl it out like a magnificent vomiting dragon.
Yeah, he just like keeps vomiting and vomiting while
With a
like
scream.
getting. I'm gonna roll goddamn willpower, Carol. I am not screaming.
Difficulty 9.
I succeed.
You're still vomiting, William.
Yes.
Except now it's with a whimper instead.
God. William, like, after vomiting, he like cleans his face and he like says like thank you.
Thank you for inviting me to this.
I feel like I will have a long day at toilet today. This is crazy.
I assume you don't want me to tell anyone about any of this.
No, like the we're gonna inform people regarding the poison. We're trying to find.
Okay, I thought you were doing something secret with getting healed.
Like, just don't tell anybody. that I got poisoned. It's just like people already kind of like were scared about me, and I don't want more people to feel bad about me. Um, but other than that, um, like we're gonna inform those who's gonna fight that they like we're trying to create an antitoxin anyway. There's a guy we know who works for us, works with us, not for us. He kind of is in Goblin Town, I think. I don't remember. We're paying him to create an antitoxin, so like those who will fight will gain antitoxin.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
You had some interesting stuff for lunch.
I did. So, by the way, you cast pretty good.
Thank you. I figured a bowl of soup would help, and I always have udon noodles when I'm sick.
The Are you master in Fey?
Hmm. I told you when we
Like
first met.
I okay.
I spent all my time fighting, you know, nightmares, horrors.
Okay. That's crazy.
Well, you need a lot of practice, and some of the things that come out of those nightmare trods are just un what's English? Uncategorizable. She says, kind of giving an awkward look at William,
Mm-hmm.
trying to see if that's the word.
You know, I am at the fourth level where I can like affect a lot of things, but not like treasures, freeholds, dross. I don't fucking need to affect dross anyway, but I'm
Well,
thinking about mastering it.
it's a good idea. I mean, I can show you everything I know. Next thing I plan on learning is how to affect multiple things at once. That way I can purify entire rooms or um landscapes.
Or set room of people on fire.
She holds a finger to her lips. Shh.
Yeah. It is good to have seen. I need to learn about that as well. But time is amazing as well, just so you know.
Okay, I keep hearing all the strangest things about how time works. Um,
It's
and everyone keeps talking about it like, so there's time, and then they say Chronos, and then
it is different than Chronos.
don't the words mean the same thing in English?
No, no, it's just I don't know. It's like the Chronos is controlling time around you. The time realm is about controlling your timing of your cantrip.
I'm going to ask Misha to explain it to me in Japanese.
Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna go bed and sleep because
Do you want me to make you another bowl before I go?
no, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right.
But it was thank you again. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. She looks at the mess on the floor.
It's
You're
fine.
gonna
I
be
will
okay.
clean it. I will clean it.
All right. Well, I should probably get back to class, but
It was nice
um,
to talk to you.
same.
Is there anything you else would want to say? As he kind of looks at Alice, like she kind of looks like she wants to say something.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Then I see you later.
All right, and drink some water.
I will.
All right, later, she says, walking off.
I see you later. And I think that will be the moment we end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, Wise, for watching. See you next time.